Dirty dealings, corporate battles, consumer woes. This is Evening 5. Project Lintasan Kota Holdings is set to be listed by the first quarter as it saw the signing of an underwriting agreement on Wednesday with 4 banks as joint underwriters for the purpose of an initial public offering on Bursa Malaysia's main market. The 4 banks are AM Investment Bank, CIMB Investment Bank, Maybank Investment Bank and RHB Investment Bank. According to its statement, Prolintas said the IPO exercise will be done via a business trust structure whereby Prolintas Infra Business Trust will be the entity listed, making it Malaysia's first highway business trust to be listed. This confirms a report by The Edge Malaysia in June 2023 which said that Pemodelan Nasional had plans to list its highway concessionaire Prolintas in what could be one of the biggest listings of the past couple of years. At the time, sources said that Prolintas was estimated to raise between 300 million and 400 million US dollars once it ultimately decided to go public. The business trust structure comprises 4 highways that have been acquired from Prolintas by the trustee manager Prolintas Managers on behalf of Prolintas IBT. The highways are the Ampang KL Elevated Highway, Guthrie Corridor Expressway, Lebuh Raya Kemuning Shah Alam and Sistem Lingkaran Lebuh Raya Kajang. The IPO will involve the offer for sale by Prolintas of 539 million existing units in Prolintas IBT, representing 49% of the total units in issue. Of the retail offering IPO units, 18.25 million units will be allocated to the directors and key senior management and eligible employees of the trustee manager and the companies held under Prolintas IBT. Another 27.5 million units will be reserved for application by the Malaysian public via balloting. Group CEO Datuk Muhammad Azlan Abdullah said the listing exercise will provide an avenue for the company to unlock the value of its assets. At the same time, he explains that the business trust listing structure enables the company to provide its unit holders sustainable returns in the long run as the assets have the requisite earnings visibility given their concession-based nature. Former 1MDB General Counsel Jasmine Liu told court today that current fugitive at Low-Tech Jho had threatened to make her life a living hell if she returned to Malaysia. She said that Low swore to use his every resource and power to ensure that I meet a terrible end if I return to Malaysia. Liu, who is currently testifying in the 1MDB Tanore trial as the prosecution's 50th witness, said this when she was asked if she had received any threats to her life upon her return to Malaysia. Liu also revealed that she had questioned Low when a portion of the 1MDB investment money had ended up in the personal bank account of ex-PM Datuk Sri Najib Razak. However, Low assured her that the money was for UMNO and that Najib knew about it. Liu also testified that she had not known anything of money flowing into Najib's personal account from 1MDB funds until 2015/2016, where the media reported on it and the US Department of Justice had reported about these funds as well. The funds she was referring to were from the second phase of the 1MDB trial, which had to do with 2 transactions concerning the acquisition of 2 independent power producers, namely Tanjong Energy Holdings and Mastika Legenda. The 2 acquisitions never took off and the money raised by 1MDB were funneled into accounts owned by Low and his associates. Elaborating on the relationship between Najib and Low, Liu shared that Low had in his possession blank, yellow-coloured Prime Minister's Office letterheads for his own personal use if necessary. It also came out that Liu had witnessed Low draft one of the 4 Arab donation letters from Prince Saud Abdul Aziz Al Saud to Najib to state that the money that went into his private accounts were donations from the kingdom. Malaysia Marine and Heavy Engineering Holdings incurred a net loss of 484.2 million for FY 2023, contrasting sharply with the 67.88 million in net profit that it recorded a year earlier. This was despite its full-year revenue recording a 2-fold increase to 3.31 billion ringgit. This was due to additional cost provisions recognised for ongoing heavy engineering projects and the adverse impact of the weakening ringgit against the US dollar on the hedging of receivables for a heavy PLB Engineering project. It was a similar story for its fourth quarter numbers, where despite revenue more than doubling to 1.12 billion, net profit tumbled 77.2% year-on-year to 6.18 million on lower operating income and higher finance costs. On its prospects, MHB said the oil market is anticipated to improve further in 2024, backed by forecast demand and high oil prices amid limited supply from continued production cuts by OPEC+, should there be no further deterioration in the global economic situation and ongoing geopolitical tensions. At the same time, MHB highlighted persistent challenges in the heavy engineering segment due to difficulties in adhering to the initially budgeted margins for ongoing projects amid impact of escalating raw material prices and global supply chain disruptions. In the marine segment, MHB foresees intense competition persisting among industry peers, particularly due to the presence of new LNGC repair yards in China and other neighbouring countries. Even so, MHB says that it will continue to explore opportunities in both domestic and international markets, with focus on pursuing more renewable energy projects as well as those in the decarbonisation space. IHH Healthcare and Agilus Diagnostic, a subsidiary of its 31.17% owned associate Fortis Healthcare, has decided to withdraw its initial public offer application to the Securities and Exchange Board of India. In a BORS filing, IHH said the withdrawal was due to commercial considerations and in consultation and mutual agreement with Agilus's private equity investors and selling shareholders, namely International Finance Corp, Nilim Jacob Balas India Fund 3 and Resurgence PE Investments. It said the decision was made at a meeting held on Tuesday with the board of directors of Fortis and Agilus without disclosing the reason. However, the healthcare group did reveal its intention to refile the IPO prospectus with SEBI for a proposed IPO in the future. To recap, in August 2023, IHH announced that Agilus will initiate an IPO to list on SEBI via an offer of sale of equity shares to certain existing and eligible shareholders of Agilus in the IPO. PLB Engineering's external auditor flagged a material uncertainty that could cast significant doubt on its ability to continue as a going concern. Messrs. Grant Thornton Malaysia highlighted the group's net loss of 27.97 million for FY 2023, with negative cash flows from operating activities at both the group level amounting to 14.79 million and at the company level amounting to 3.81 million ringgit. The auditor also highlighted that at the group level, the current liabilities exceed current assets by 82.36 million ringgit. In response, PLB said it secured new construction projects valued at 44.64 million, achieving promising results in the property development sector, most notably reaching 30% completion and 69% sales for the due, contributing to unbilled sales of 59.95 million ringgit. The group is also actively seeking land buyers to enhance its financial position, participating in project tenders, managing costs and closely monitoring progress. The directors believe that with the improving outlook of the property market and continued support from the bankers, the group will be able to generate sufficient cash flows from the operations to meet its obligations.